Hi guys and good morning. It is 11 o'clock over here on the West Coast and I just got done taking this invigorating shower out here in my domain, and I'm going to talk to you guys today about this topic that I've been curious about. I want to know what you guys think about this topic. Before we get in, I'm gonna give you guys some time to sign on, and when you guys sign on, let me know where you guys are tuning in from. I'll let my hair down. I'm gonna try to multitask in this video because, as you guys can see, your girl got some new growth I need to address while I'm addressing this topic with you guys. Comment below and let me know what you guys think. Can straight men enjoy anal sex? Do they like anal sex? Straight men, let us know. This CBD cream is like, it's so awakening. I usually put it on when I get out of the shower. I got it from Hollywood, my favorite neighborhoods. You guys know I used to live out there in Hollywood before moving out here to the south side, to South Central. I was thinking maybe one day I'll give you guys a tour of where I live, maybe like inside my house, because when I was in Hollywood, I lived out there for like 2.5 years. I had a 1-bedroom apartment and I was paying like $1,800, you guys. Actually it was like $1,840 I was paying per month. What's up, John? No, I mean receiving. When I say anal sex, do straight men enjoy anal sex? I mean receiving. We can talk about giving too. What's up, Raheem? But in this video, I'm talking about, do straight men enjoy receiving anal sex? Yes, from a female. Heterosexual. So we're talking about straight men, aka heterosexual men. And I want to have an honest, mature discussion with you guys. Well, of course, while I'm multitask, I'm going to be doing my hair at the same time, because it's overdue. I know you guys been seeing my videos and seeing all that freaking new growth coming in. I'm just like, dang, your girl need to do something with this. But seriously though, like, John is running. For real. Like, so you mean to tell me none of you guys have ever tried anal sex with a woman? Really? This is argan oil. I love this stuff. Smells so delicious. Nope, nope, nope. Okay, so why not, John? Seriously. Is it because people say that anal sex is like attributed to something that gay people do? Like, what is it? Ray say, hell nah. Really? Why not, though? Come, now you mean to tell me none of y'all watching this has ever had anal sex? You never let your girl slip her finger in there? Like, seriously. And let us know, why not? Like, what is it? Does it feel uncomfortable? And then we can flip it around, because somebody said, in terms of receiving from a female, okay, so what about giving? What about giving anal sex to your woman, to your girlfriend, to your wife? Is it okay for heterosexual men to do that and still be considered heterosexual? Or is it like crossing the boundaries? Y'all are a trip. So y'all are pretty rigid in your sexual expression, huh? So you only think that basically intercourse, vaginal intercourse, is okay between a man and a woman. Just vaginal intercourse, nothing else. So how do you guys spice it up though? Like, if vaginal intercourse is the only thing that you do, how do you guys spice it up? Seriously. We're going to get into this topic because I'm going to let y'all know what I think about this and some conversations that I've been having recently. It's pretty interesting. Yesterday it was raining, y'all, out here. Hopefully it does not rain today. You say not a dude. Not a dude. What do you mean by not a dude? And where are you guys tuning in from, by the way? Because I know different places, people do different things. Depending on where you live, what's acceptable in one country may not be acceptable in another country. But it seems like this is America. More people have freedom and more flexibility to kind of express themselves, you know, in different ways. You know, people get creative when it comes to sex positions. ATL. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and get into it because I can't hold out anymore. I was gonna give you guys some time to sign on. No dude should be getting his seal broken, period. Oh, it's like, is it like getting like, it's like virginity, huh? Like getting your virginity taken? Is that how you look at it? Interesting perspective. So you guys can compare like the anus to like the vagina and getting your virginity taken, huh? Okay, so this is what I was told recently that, and I've heard this before, that a guy's anus it has a similar sensation to a woman being stimulated when a guy hits a G-spot. So like, let me know, you guys, back there. I don't know, for you guys who have experimented, because I know not everybody watching this video is opposed to having anal sex. I know there are some men out there who have tried it. So let us know, guys, if you guys have tried it, like for real, like be for real, be honest. And women, if you guys ever tried it, ladies, if you ever tried it on a man, what was his reaction? So what? Don't care. But John, though, seriously, it's a reason why you clicked on this video. Like, I think a lot of men, they worried about what other people think. You know, it's like a stigma attached to, oh, anal sex is gay, you shouldn't be doing it. But what made you click on this video then? Because you got to be curious about it. If you never tried it, maybe you have some curiosity and you want to try and see what it feels like. But yeah, they expect women to take it. Right, so you want a woman to take it up her ass. But for men, why is it that most heterosexual men be like, nah? I know what it is. I think this is because this is a video. A lot of you guys are like, you know, it's kind of public. You don't want nobody knowing. So it's okay if you don't feel comfortable sharing. I don't want you guys to disclose any information if you don't feel comfortable. But this is for people who like want to have an open discussion to talk about it. Feel free to share. And we're going to get into this. Oh, shoot, wait. You are referring to a man receiving. Yes, so this video is about a man receiving. We know a lot, like, it's really commonplace. And that's interesting that it's pretty more common that a lot of men are okay with giving a woman anal sex. A lot of men do that. I would probably say over half, over 50% of men can attest to saying that, yeah, I fucked the woman in her ass. And it's like it's nothing, right? But it seems like at one point, it was considered taboo. It was considered like crossing the line, crossing the boundary. So I think maybe times are changing nowadays, you know? And now a lot of men are becoming more comfortable with their sexuality. I think when a man feels comfortable in who he is, like, it's okay for him to explore different things and try new things, you know? Because I know back in the day, men weren't up for that. Men were not, a lot of heterosexual men were not fucking women in their ass. And then now, shit, that's all what men be talking about. Men be trying that. Ladies, I know you ladies know too, where a man has probably asked you, oh, and they say hit it from the back. They damn sure ain't talking about vaginal, they talking about anal. They want to fuck you in the ass. Guys, what does that do for you guys? Like, is it better Is sex better when you go in a woman's ass? Times have changed. Yes, times are changing. But I know, because I think a lot of people, they're going based on, how we were raised, right? And in certain cultures and in certain environments, it's like, oh, you shouldn't do this. Oh, that's nasty. But the more like we have conversations like this and people come out and people are able to talk about it, it becomes less taboo, And then when it's nothing like being able to express yourself sexually and feel comfortable doing so. Like you can really enjoy it. Mika, they enjoy being pegged but won't say it because people make it so. I think that's what it is, Mika. I think that's exactly what it is. And Mika, she's a therapist, professional counselor out in Georgia who specializes in sex therapy. She helps couples get more in tune with their sexuality. So y'all might want to hit up Mika because she's an expert in that. But this is something that I've really been curious about. Because I'm just like, there's nothing, I think, more gratifying when it comes to love and relationships is being able to just be who you are. Like, being able to express yourself. Like, you here for the combo. Divine, let us know. Divine Lily, let us know. Like, what are your thoughts on this? Don't be ashamed. Yes, Mika, I gotta give you credit because I think that it takes people, women and men, to kind of step out and be the leaders in this kind of situation, to be the leaders in this kind of conversation. Have to set the example. You can't go out and tell somebody, oh, you be comfortable in your sexuality if you're not comfortable. I think that you make a great leader in what you do. With your workshops, you can feel free to plug, your workshop. I think, if I'm not mistaken, the name is Sex and Sensuality for Mika Nicole workshops that she has in Georgia. But she's national. She goes across the country helping couples get in tune with their sexuality. And it's not something that we should be ashamed about because, let's be honest. If it feels good to get stimulated in certain areas of your body, then it feels good. Why try to shame it? Why feel bad about it, Like, I was motivated to do this topic because this just came up recently in a conversation that I had. And the person, when he mentioned it, he brought it up, he was so bold about it. He didn't feel any kind of shame. And I was really impressed. I was just like, okay, and of course I didn't try to shame him in discussing it and bringing it up. I actually was impressed by it. So Mika's next workshop is June 22nd in exploring bondage and oh my gosh, I want to be down there. That's what I love. That's one of my pastimes, BDSM. Oh yes, that's a whole nother discussion right there, talking about BDSM and bondage, and you feel so free. It's interesting how something that on the surface can seem so restraining, like tying yourself up in the bedroom, having your partner tie you up, it can be so freeing at the same time. Yes, I wish I was there. Dang. And it's going to be in Atlanta? I think we need to have more. We don't have enough sex therapists. We don't have enough discussions about sex. You can save a relationship, man. Feeling comfortable to just be who we are in the bedroom and not feel shame about it, And of course, I know certain things like this, people kind of want to keep limited to, certain discussions like this, they want to keep limited to, between themselves and their partner, right? But if we can talk about anything else openly, all the kind of conversations that we have on social media about the most bizarre things, and we can't even talk about sex. It's okay. Guys, y'all pretty quiet. Men are like, I know y'all probably have experimented in the shower and stuck your fingers down there to see what it feels like. But I was told, yeah, it's kind of similar to a woman's G-spot. That's my whole goal, to discuss sex and take the shame away. The less shame around it, the less victimization. Right. Wonder where that shame come from. I'm curious now. Where does the shaming come from? Is it religion? Is it religion that shames people, make them feel bad? The media, I know, plays a major role in it. Guys, don't go quiet on us now. What we need is heterosexual men to speak their truth. And if you enjoy it, you enjoy it. And other heterosexual men who are kind of still living in shame, living in doubt, don't go judging people. That's why I posed the question, like, can heterosexual men have anal sex, you know? Can they be penetrated by their woman and still be considered straight? A lot of men, I guess, may feel violated, like, oh, don't go down there. Yes, the media. Right, a lot of men do enjoy it. Now, as far as me, I'm going to speak for myself. As a woman, honestly, I think it's pretty painful, you know. I've tried it, and I'm just like, oh my gosh. I couldn't do it, y'all. I couldn't do it. Not necessarily because it's taboo. I don't care about what society thinks, but it was painful. And so my question is, like, I don't understand how people can get to the point where it feels good, like they enjoy it. Now, I guess being, like, touched on in that area, it might tickle, you know, that's the stimulating part. But in terms of actual, like, going in, full throttle, all the way in, I never really understood that. That and even oral sex, y'all. I know that there are certain workshops to teach women how to do oral sex, too. But I swear, I'm totally inexperienced in that area. And I think shame plays a role in it, too. You'll be surprised how many women are ashamed to give oral sex. I can admit, I think shame plays a role in why I don't engage in oral sex. And I think a lot of men, obviously, they enjoy it. They want their women to please them down there. Is like a form of submission, form of showing how much that you care and dedication. But I'm just like, And I think sometimes it can be unfair. It's like, you know, it's an injustice in the bedroom when you're not fully able to please your partner in that way because they want to. And the great thing about it nowadays, and even, you know, of course, back in the day they had toys, but the toys are becoming more sophisticated. There are different sex toy companies that make, you know, strap-ons, not just for lesbians to use on each other, but for women, heterosexual women to use with their partners to be able to stimulate their male partners in a way. And if that's what a man needs, he should be able to say, babe, I want you to stimulate me in this way. You know, this is how I get gratification. It needs to be reciprocal. In terms of the oral sex, the 69. I've always embraced my sexuality, though. I feel like, man, there's nothing more powerful than sex sometimes when you think about it. It's crazy. So for me, it's a spiritual thing, you know? Y'all pretty quiet. I'm just listening to y'all now. I want y'all to be interactive and engaged. And the crazy thing is so taboo that look how many people want to talk. They want to share their experiences, but they're so afraid. They're afraid of the backlash and the repercussions that may come. They just keep silent. Seems like it's so freeing though to be able to sit down and have an open discussion about it. And you guys, this is a safe place. One thing I don't allow definitely on my page is people attacking other people. Like, I'll allow people to express themselves, live their truth, speak their truth, you know. Anybody get on here judging the next person or attacking the next person, of course, you guys gonna have to get blocked, because that's not what this space is about, you know. I definitely want to make people feel comfortable, be able to be themselves. And I think homosexual men or even bisexual men, they're the ones to really let us know, like, what is it like, you know. Honestly, I've heard that, but I mean, I guess no one really knows unless you've tried it, and I haven't tried it in that respect. What's up, Andre? And in terms of like anal sex and being able to get stimulated to the point of an orgasm, I never tried it. I can't speak on that. But for people who have, maybe you guys can let us know, what is it like? I saw this meme the other day about how a lot of women don't orgasm during vaginal intercourse. That was interesting. It was like more of like a joke to say that if reproduction, like childbirth and reproduction, depended on women orgasm, then human beings would become extinct, because a lot of women don't orgasm during sex, unfortunately. And I think it's because men just don't know a woman's body, or they're so focused on getting their own orgasm off and getting pleased that they're not really in tune with their partner as much. But when the sex is great, I think there's a correlation between sexual gratification and then relationship satisfaction. You'll be surprised, like, how many people break up with their partners because the sex is just whack. They're totally dissatisfied. I mean, men cheat and bring other women, triangulate other women into their relationship because it's something that they're missing, you know, in the bedroom. Something that they want more. And some men just have really high sex drives too. Right. Aren't really turned on. Like, that's another thing. You have the whole arousal phase, the sexual response cycle. There are different phases in the sexual response cycle versus the arousal. If a woman isn't even turned on, like, how is she going to be able to reach orgasm? It takes a woman 15 to 20 minutes to become fully aroused physiologically. Thanks for that tip, Mika. Yes, and the whole idea about foreplay, like, arousal kind of starts even outside of the actual intimacy, the intercourse that happens, let's say, in the bedroom. Like, it begins way early on, you know. Like, for me, it's psychologically. You got to be able to stimulate me psychologically before I can even get turned on physiologically, you know. And every woman is different. Some women, they have different things that turn them on. Different perks, you know. You guys know that I practice BDSM, so for me, it's about dominance. You know, when a man can assert his... And this is the thing, because some men get it confused and they think that dominance is just about being abusive. It ain't got shit to do with abuse or being disrespectful. No. Or making a woman feel inferior. No. We can have a whole different video on this, which I did before. I talked about BDSM and dominance and submission. Oh, yes, it can be an all-day thing. It's just like leading up. You're building up that interest, that excitement to that one moment. It's amazing how sex can last 2 minutes or it can last a whole hour. It just, I guess, depends on the person, how much stamina they got. They say it's correlated with age. So the older you are, the less stamina that you have. The younger you are, the longer you're able to last in the bedroom. How true is that, guys? What y'all think? I'm not talking about with medication, because of course there are medications to boost the arousal phase in men so that they can remain erect longer. But yes, I think the best part is the foreplay, because your mind is already prepping for it. It's like a primer. Your mind, your body is preparing itself. And then when that moment comes, when your bodies align with each other, it's magical, man. You like fall in love with a person all over again, you know. Because love isn't just emotional and psychological, but it's physical. Yes, sex is important when it comes to love. It's not everything, but it's definitely an important thing. Cannot underestimate the power of sex in a relationship, especially when you're still capable of having sex. You get turned on physically. It does something to you mentally, man. You become arrested. You're just like, whoa. But I wonder, I'm curious, guys. I know y'all pretty quiet now, but I'm curious to see, like, for people, whether men or women, who engage in anal sex, like, is there a phase where you kind of have to, like, take a break from it, you know? Like, pause in a sense. And I'm not talking about, like, while you're having sex, but I mean, like, in between sessions, because it seems like there needs to be, like, a recuperation phase. I don't know. Where it seems just so painful, you know, because the anus is so tight. That's a really strong muscle back there, you know. And I know that it stretches just like the woman's vaginal area can stretch and expand. But I don't know. It just seems like it's so painful. And it takes time between sessions where a person can go in and be able to have anal sex again. Do you get sore? I mean, some, depending, I guess, on the girth of the penis, it seems like, ooh, I don't see how long why did I wait so long? Look at all that new growth. Whew. I looked at my hair today, I'm just like, you know what, I need to do something with this. But yeah, this is something that I always wanted to know. Y'all don't get quiet on me. Like, what's up? What y'all thinking about? What's going through y'all head right now? You have a question, drop it below. I think that we are moving in that direction of a society where people are becoming more liberated, free to be themselves, unashamedly. Yes, we do need to catch up, Mika. I'm going to reach out to you. Talk to you soon. Much success to your workshop. I wish I was there. But I'll catch the next one. I'll catch one of them, I'm sure. I'll be back down there in Atlanta. You guys gotta go check out Mika, man. She knows her stuff. Look how taboo this topic is. Look how silent people are. You guys are like super silent. Ah. Yes, we're gonna link up. Take care. See, I've been in school working on my PhD, but when I get more free time, you guys can see from my website, like, I plan to hold several BDSM workshops and demonstrations, and it's, you know, to lessen the taboo around this topic, because people can't even enjoy themselves with their partner. I mean, it's not illegal, you guys, to have sex and to have a great time. I know, all I gotta do is take a trip down there, for real. Exactly. I'm knocking out all these classes. I'm taking 2 classes over the summer, then I got 2 more semesters left in my PhD, and pew, I'll be done with all my coursework. I plan to move back to New York to do my pre-doc and get licensed, and y'all just on y'all don't even know like how ready I am to be done. It's a huge sacrifice. I mean, I encourage people to go back to school, you know, get your degree, get your credentials and everything, but god dang, 5-year PhD program is such a huge sacrifice of time. Things that I would like to do, like, I've been seeing so many different events across the country. I'm like, damn, I would like to go, but your girl just stuck here. Like tomorrow I see clients, you know. So I just reflect back on the days before I started my PhD, how much time and freedom I had just to pick up and go and do things and host events and make all kinds of money. But those days are coming back. I'll be getting my life back a year from now. Because I'm going to school full time, seeing clients, working on a dissertation. It's a lot. But thank God I'm pretty much at the finish line now. Hallelujah. Your girl is at the finish line. 2 more semesters left. And it's on, y'all. It's on. But, and speaking of it being taboo, and people feeling some kind of way and talking about this, I've even gotten backlash, like, from people at my school. Professors, administrators, and I have to let them know, like, hold up. This is supposed to be a profession where we don't judge people, we don't criticize people, we're supposed to be accepting of people, but at the same time, y'all want to judge me and my sexuality? Like, I had to have that conversation with them several times because it is coming up. It's like, oh, we seen your website, and y'all know me. I'm just like, so what? I created my website, I think when I was in Atlanta. And then I moved to New York. I was working on my master's degree out there in New York. They knew about it. They didn't have a problem with it, you know? Like, my professors definitely seen my website. Supervisors know about it. They don't care about stuff like that. And then I come out to California, which I would think would be the last place to criticize me and to want to attack me for my freedom of expression when it comes to sexuality. And they are like the first people down my throat. Just be like, oh, we saw this. What do your clients think? I'm like, dude, my clients don't even care. First of all, my clients don't even Like, dude, I work with people who are severely mentally ill. They ain't thinking about my website, and if they are, so what? Like, I'll be the first to tell a client, live in your truth, man. Whatever that may be. I'm an example for that. I ain't taking shit down from my website. Come down to it, I will walk away from this program just to stand in my truth. If it comes down to it. They're like, no, we don't want you to do that. Okay, well, leave my shit alone. That's the society we live in. It's very hypocritical. They be like, oh, be yourself. We don't judge people. We don't discriminate against anybody based on their race, sex, religions, sexual orientation, gender, or whatever, right? But then they do. They do it. You know, they on paper, they try to make it seem like they don't judge. They're all accepting of people from different backgrounds, right? But then behind closed doors, something else going on. And they do discriminate. And then at the end of the day, it's like we're all people. And a lot of times we all do the same shit. Even when I was writing my book, Dying to Submit, it's a story, it's a fictional story. Kind of based on truth and reality. But it's about, BDSM, right? It follows the life of a couple engaged in BDSM. A dom and his submissive. And I wrote that back in 2014, I think it was. And I felt very free when I wrote it, No shame. Like, for what? Like, this is what I like, And it's not that everybody, a lot of people do support it. You guys watching this, apparently you guys like sexual freedom. Because if you didn't, you wouldn't be watching it. I don't think people who are considered more conservative, so to speak, and have very strict rules when it comes to gender expression or sexual expression, I don't think you guys will be watching and tuning in. So I'm sure that people who are watching this, you guys, you want to live freely in your sexual identity. And to me, it's nothing more freeing than just being yourself. I wrote that book to connect with a certain audience of people. Not just people who are already in the lifestyle, but people who are curious about it. And even church members are just like, oh, girl, what's going to happen next? Because I wrote it in kind of form of a journal. It's on my website. You guys go check it out at danielleleach.com after you guys finish watching this. But I definitely piqued curiosity in a lot of people that I don't think I expected to. I mean, I expect to reach people of the BDSM community, but to reach Bible-thumping, church-going Christians with that kind of story, I was a little bit tickled. I was just like, okay. And I definitely plan to host BDSM workshops, as educational workshops and even demonstrations, because it's one thing to learn about it and talk about it, it's another thing to actually practice it. Give people opportunity to see what it's like, to witness what it's like, and even also to experience what it's like. But even through this opposition I've been experiencing, like within my current program, right, where I'm at now here in LA. I mean, it hurts. It's like, well, damn, people judge you based on what you do, as opposed to just looking at you for who you are. It's just like, well, damn, that's only one aspect of who I am, But that just goes to show people's own insecurities. And they try to project that, onto you and make it seem like, oh, it's a professional issue. Got shit to do with no professional issue. It's a professional issue. What if your client? Now that's bullshit. Y'all just sitting up here making it an issue because that's your own personal issue. Ain't got shit to do with anything outside of that. And if anything, I'm a good example for my clients. Ain't nobody doing nothing illegal. There's nothing illegal. This is all between two consensual adults who agree to it. The funny thing though, when it comes to like taboo issues as relates to sex, people, they do a lot behind closed doors, but in the public they carry themselves as if, oh, I'm vanilla. Vanilla just refers to you just kind of do typical traditional things between a man and a woman, you know, regular intercourse. A lot of people engage in BDSM acts, whether it's spanking, you know, bondage, the handcuffs. That is nothing new, man. A lot of people do different things to spice their relationships up, to spice up the bedroom. They don't talk about it openly, but they do it. When it comes up in a kind of public forum like this, people kind of shy away from it and just like, no, I don't do that. Ew, because they're only putting on this mask, this facade that they think that fits in with what people expect, fits in with the status quo of how they think they should respond and present themselves. And me, I ain't never been that. I'm just like, I can give a damn. And you know what I want to talk about too? This whole shaming. A lot of that shit is going on. They used to call it slut-shaming. I don't like that because it's still putting the woman down. Women are not sluts. Men are not sluts. You know, I think people, it's a reason why people have sex. It feels good. They like it, you know. And for men to go around calling women thoughts, but when a man does it, they're not a thought, right? But it takes two, you know. So how is it that men want women to engage in sex, casual sex? We're not talking about within a relationship or a marriage. We're just kind of two people, two adults, consenting adults come together and have sex. How is it that men expect women to do that, but then they like, oh, she a thought, you know, if she has multiple partners? Like, as long as people are protecting themselves, so what the hell does it matter? Sex is just something, yes, it's very spiritual, but it shouldn't be this thing that, oh, it's so forbidden. So when people do it, they're considered the worst people on earth. They're sinners. I think, yeah, religion plays a major role in this. Alright, Slim, put your clothes back on. Tell my clothes removed. Put your clothes back on. Some of y'all probably getting turned on, huh? Just by talking about it. You're getting stimulated, huh? I mean, we all got here by sex. But we act like it's this foreign thing. I think there's some good in that too, by treating sex as a taboo thing, because that's what heightens our sensuality to it. We always walking around here naked, fucking all day and talking about sex so openly, it wouldn't be as sensual when we have sex with people, because we're so kind of desensitized to it. We're so used to it. I guess it serves its purpose, but not to the point where people are being attacked and shamed and discriminated against, you know, because they're just being a human being. God damn, y'all see how my shit be growing together? That's what happens when you don't freaking twist your dreads often. But I think sometimes I be trying to decide, like, should I let my dreads lock up? I mean, become like wigs? Because that's what they be doing. Freeform dreads. interesting though how I started this video. Most of the responses that we got here was men denying it. Like, oh no. That's fine too though, because we definitely don't want to do the reverse and try to shame heterosexual men for not engaging in it. That's definitely not the point of this video. To each his own. You know? If you don't want to do it, you feel that it's something that's a threat to your masculinity, nobody ain't trying to make y'all do that. But like they say, you can't knock it until you try it. I know I got some people from Africa watching. Let us know where you're watching from and what you guys think over there in the motherland. I know y'all be getting down. And we're talking about heterosexual sex. I know some of y'all probably think, when you think about anal sex, you think about two men. It's kind of been like hardwired into our brain. But that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about between a man and a woman, where a man receives anal sex. And I just want to get, what you guys think about it. Is this something that you guys would try? Ouch. So quiet. I like my neighborhood where I live. Yeah, I was living out in Hollywood 2.5 years. And it just didn't make sense. Like paying $1,800 a month. It just didn't make good financial sense for a 1-bedroom. And I love the neighborhood. I even thought about moving back. But yeah, I decided to relocate. And I've been out here. It will be a year in September that I've been on South Central. My zip code is like, it's LA. I have an LA zip code. But I live very close to Inglewood. I live in a 3-bedroom house. It's remodeled. It's a really nice house too. I like it. No complaints, but I'm like, your girl needs to buy. I'm ready to buy. I'm ready to own, because I kind of been bouncing around different places, so I haven't really bought a house, which I could have, but just all over the freaking place. I'm like, I need to just settle my ass. But you can do that. I like kind of doing that, like a nomad. I'm living in Atlanta a couple years, living in New York, now I'm out in LA, and I even thought about moving to London, moving to Africa. You can do that. You don't have kids. I could just pack up my stuff, and I want to see what life is like. This part of the world, I'll do that. But yeah, definitely, I'm ready. I'm ready to buy. I was just, I have shared a post the other day about this house I've been looking at. And it's like $750,000. And people are like, you can afford that? And to me, that's what gets me. It's like, I think, especially in the black community, we need more examples of black people owning stuff. Because when black people talk about buying a house, even Dr. Umar Johnson, my good mentor, in the process of building a school, and people doubted that he would be able to afford to buy a school and rehab it and, build it up from the ground. And it's like, dude, I think because we don't see enough positive examples of black figures in the community doing these things. And so when somebody talk about doing it, it's just like, oh, you can they doubt you. That's the first reaction, is like, oh, you can do that? And it's just like, anybody can do it. You can do it too if you wanted to. Nobody's stopping anybody from doing anything. I think we've been held back so long that we just doubt ourselves and we doubt each other and what we're capable of doing. You can do anything, you guys. Nobody holding anybody back. doing what you want to do. And a lot of us have easily touched $1 million in our lifetime. A lot of it just has been going the opposite direction. So you spent that. You had it, but you know, it becomes an expense. We waste our money and give it back to, you know, hands that really don't care too much about us. But $1 million is not, I mean, $750,000 is not really that much money. You think about how easy it is to spend a band, $1,000, right? 700 of those is not hard to come by. It's really easy. Y'all are quiet on here. Maybe y'all just want to watch me do my hair. I would give you guys a house tour. Maybe. Thumbs up if y'all want to see a tour of my house. I have people want to do my hair all the time. I'm just like, nope, I do my own shit. I heard that they have the, it's supposed to be some kind of festival this weekend. High Times Festival, a weed festival. I don't smoke marijuana, but to all my friends who do, I should go just to show y'all what it's like. I have a friend that called me. Lives in a different state. It's like he wished that he was here. Y'all want me to go? Y'all better cash at me so I can take y'all in there. I can get tickets. I didn't even know they had it going on. They always have so much stuff going on. But you guys, this conversation has been good. Y'all got quiet on me very quickly. I think some of y'all be doing that. Y'all don't want nobody to know. It's cool though. Y'all men folk don't want nobody to know that y'all be taking it. Thanks, Tanya. Yeah, I've been growing these things since what, 2005? I retwist my hair probably like once every, whenever I feel like it. I don't even be keeping track of how often I retwist my hair. Maybe like once every 2 months or something. See, and that's one thing I was talking about with my former supervisor when I was working with adults with intellectual disabilities and developmental disabilities paired with severe mental illness. We're discussing different ideas that we can do therapeutically with that group of clients that I was working with. And we, of course, sex education came up, right? You know, I like to talk about sex as it is clear. But y'all get quiet on me, I get quiet on y'all. You know, we can talk about sex all day. But y'all sitting up here quiet looking at me. That's cool and all. But yeah, the topic came up about sex education with that group, right? As if like adults with intellectual disabilities don't enjoy sex. I mean, who doesn't? We all do. No matter your age, right? And I talked about how it's interesting that the education surrounding sex, especially even in schools, right, it's all negative. It's just about fear tactics and trying to scare the little kiddos away from having sex. Saying the negative consequences if you have sex, you know. And it's all about protecting oneself, that is important, but I think that the entire focus should not necessarily be on the bad outcomes of having sex, you know, and everything that could go wrong. Like, it should be a healthy balance when it comes to education on different topics, you know. You gotta talk about the bad things that can result from having sex, like, you know, unplanned pregnancies or STDs. What about the good thing? They don't talk about that though, you know. And I think it's doing kids a disservice. I remember when I was in school, like, we learned about sex education in elementary school. I don't know if they still doing that now, though. I don't think kids get that opportunity. Maybe, I guess it depends on what school they go to. But shit, I went to public school and it was all black. We definitely talked about that, but it was just like, oh, if you have sex, then this is what's going to happen to you. You're going to get all these bumps. It's just like, really? So it kind of creates this fear in people, yes, and it makes you protect yourself. But I think it's part of the shaming too, because it's like when you do become of a responsible age to have sex, then you are reluctant, you're fearful, you're paranoid, thinking that the person is going to give you something. You accuse them of innocent people of having wrong intentions when it's not even the case. And it's like, how can you enjoy it? How can you enjoy being intimate with someone, And I think they create this false expectation that you only can enjoy sex in the context of marriage. In VA, you still have those classes. I think that's good. But it should be balanced. Whoever teaches sex education, you guys, if you guys can let the instructor know, like, to balance it out. What is wrong with teaching people? If you're going to talk about, okay, you can get STDs, what about talking about the sexual response cycle? How people become aroused? Like how that process even happens, How that it's okay to become titillated when you're turned on by somebody, and with different ways that people get turned on. That's conversations, I think, that maybe not at elementary school level, but when children reach adolescent and their hormones are raging, that's conversations that should be had at that level amongst adolescents. But hey, I'm about to go. I'm about to finish doing this. I'm going to catch you guys later. I enjoyed putting this topic out in the airwaves. I definitely can go deep as you guys are ready to go. Like I said initially, a lot of you guys were kind of repulsed to having the conversation. You're just like, oh no, not me, not my asshole. But I kind of want to get a healthy, balanced conversation, between or amongst people who are open to it and engage in having anal sex, and even those who aren't. Like, we don't have to debate, but we can have a conversation about it. Feel free to continue this discussion below. Share your thoughts on this. If you may, let us know what you guys think, and I'll catch you guys later. Bye.